Hi, I'm Marco. I'm 16.
Hi, my name's Madeline Paulson.
Hey, I'm Michael. I'm in Year 12 at Geelong.
I'm Year 12 and leader of SAFE at the Macrobertson Girls High School, which stands for Same-Sex Attracted Youth and Friends.
We're SOFA and we're Melbourne High's queer support group.
Yep, sure is.
My school was not terribly accepting. At my school, if you were different in any way, you just weren't really included. There wasn't so much outright bullying as just being locked out.
I remember this one time at school when this boy, who was a couple years below me, he had a video go around with him and another guy, and it got around to everyone, and he got bullied so badly he had to actually leave school and go somewhere else. And that was probably when it hit me that we actually had a little bit of a problem at our school. In Year 7, when I first came out, I got picked on a lot, kind of called a fag, asked sort of what I do I wear makeup, do I cross-dress on weekends, those sorts of dumb questions.
SOFA was set up to offer a support group for queer students within our school so that they could have a place where they could just be themselves and hang out with like-minded students.
The reason why we created SAFE was it was really inspiration from Melbourne High when they created SOFA, and we really thought it would be beneficial to have it in our school environment. We didn't really have that much of a problem with homophobia, but we really felt that there was kind of a bit of ignorance at the school, and it was just an issue that wasn't really being talked about that much, and it really needed to be out there. We just really thought as a girls' school, you know, we wanted to be a powerful image of women and just, you know, accepting of all sort of different ways of life.
At my school, I started off GSA with a few friends, just because there were a lot of kids kind of who had questions and didn't know where to go, and we thought it'd be a good resource. We provide support for any students that are being picked on or having any difficulty. How it started for me was that I went to talk to the counsellor about what sort of resources we had at our school, and because I wanted to see if I could get some more and bring them in there and improve it. And as it would turn out, you only got resources from the school if you went to the counsellors and asked them for it. They weren't on display with the other resources. So from that, we got talking, and then started talking to the vice principals and that as well. And it just sort of developed into a thing, and the staff really got behind it, and we ended up having a whole committee for International Day Against Homophobia.
Really what we do is we just sort of, you know, sit around as friends and chat, and issues come up, and it's good to be able to sort of discuss that with people, you know, who are accepting of that.
Just after I first came out, my best mate sort of freaked out a bit. And eventually I just sat him down and said, look, I'm not any different to you, you're my best mate, we've known each other for years, it's just that I happen to like guys and girls. And kind of after that things got better, he sort of got it. The types of things that we did were we started up a anti-homophobia task force around the school, made up of a bunch of students and also the staff. We made a bunch of posters that went around the school, which was good because up until that point we had nothing to do with homophobia. We also did a presentation on International Day Against Homophobia. It was, according to a lot of students and a lot of teachers, it was really, really moving because we hadn't done anything like that before, and no one really saw it coming, so it was just, yeah. Since then, and especially since starting at GSA, things have gotten a lot better. People are a lot more understanding and sort of get it. I noticed that what we were doing was really making a positive change when we got a lot of kids who were gay but weren't sort of okay about it to start off with, coming up to us and asking for help, like people who were associated with the committee, and that just felt really good. And also like when we got kids who were on the football team in Year 12 and that, really getting behind everything, like that sort of stuff. It's just so important because it shows that it doesn't really matter anymore. People don't care about that sort of stuff and everyone can just get along. As cheesy as that sounds, but it does actually work like that.
I think one of the things we were surprised about at SAFE is how many people were actually supportive. Like once it sort of started getting a bit prominent, like people were actually coming to me and saying, you know, this is really great, you know, I wouldn't have thought of it before, but I'm really glad that this is here. So piece of advice would be, try not to be too afraid. Like, it's difficult, but once you're there, it changes the school environment and it feels really fantastic.